I am going to hire 3 different Fiverr artists to sculpt some miniatures. But before you ask me the question, why are you doing this? Let's look at some cool artwork. Let's go. The artwork will be our communication guide to the artist, so he understands what we want. I like to grab actual art books, and it's a pleasure to look through them for inspiration. Every single miniature is based on some kind of artwork. But not every artwork has a miniature, of course, so why stick to Games Workshop if you can bring anything to life? I got a serious question for you. Do you ever look at artwork and be like,
that would be such a cool model?
I know I do, like, a lot. And if there's one kind of artwork that just screams fun, it's a box art from Donkey Kong Country 3. I want that. No, you know what? I need this. So I choose 3 artworks with different complexity, but the same amount of awesomeness. A good rule of thumb is, if you would be able to paint it without sub-assemblies, then there's also a good chance you would be able to print it without sub-parts. I don't need the artist to make supports, I can do that myself, and by looking at this will be very difficult to print. So we definitely make some sub-prints, some small parts. So we need her as a miniature, and we need him as a miniature, and the boat. The bird is funny. The birds are cool, but it would be pretty hard to implement them in a diorama without breaking the immersion, because they actually have to keep flying. I can't just glue them into thin air, so we have to make something, and I don't like that. But the fish, we can do the fish. I think the fish is pretty cool. We take the fish too. 4 miniatures. I also managed to find some cool artwork of the boat, a banana on Thingiverse, and some artwork of the fish. In conclusion, we need 4 complete miniatures that can be assembled and will be cast in epoxy afterwards. Winky the Frog and Diddy Kong. So this one doesn't look too complicated, to be honest. I think he's missing a tail, so we definitely need to ask for that. And I think we can print those both in one figure. The biggest issue with Diddy is his missing tail and his missing back, which I haven't seen in any other artwork before. For Gnarty, we don't need any textures, we don't need some sub-parts, some sub-assemblies. I think it would be totally possible to print him in just one print. The only tricky part in Gnarty would be to make his toes and fingers strong enough so they don't snap when removing supports after printing. And now we are going to search some artists who will take this job, because I'm not Jordi and can just sculpt them myself. Then we are going to pick someone who matches the style we want to achieve. I will do sculpting and modeling for 3D printing. This model looks quite familiar or much alike than the miniatures we want to have. How about we give him a boat? Let's give him some complex model. And we contact him. We then had a quick chat where I told him everything we discussed before and talked also about the size of the models and how I like them to be, and then he took the offer. I will sculpt the 3D model you want, ready for 3D printing. That resembles me of the frog. I think you're getting him the frog. Contact me first before choosing a package. I think we will do that. Yeah, we contact him. This discussion was rather quick and short. I chose to give him an alternative model, but he still chose the frog. He then sent me the offer directly, and I sent him the other artwork reference pictures after that. And here we have Julie Bit with I will make awesome 3D models for you. You get little Grogu and Kirby. Oh my, Kirby. Well, I guess that's a no-brainer. She's getting Gnarty. I don't make textures, that's okay. We don't need textures. We can paint the fur. Looks awesome. I think we contact her. I gave Julie a bunch of artwork to choose from, and she chose our Gnarty boy. And to be honest, there's not much more to talk about here. She sent me the offer directly. So I got the first message from Ayanyani. Let's see what he's up to. Now let's drop the file he sent us. Oh no! I mean, it looks great so far. A couple of things that could be changed, like obviously I don't need the water and the waves, but overall it's a good start. I think his hands are too tiny. Yeah, and hers too. Earring is missing. I think the nose is some kind of wrong. We need to take a closer look at the artwork. I think the best way to handle this in a very precise and efficient way is to open your Engineering Pro software. Paint. Now you take screenshots from your model and you can copy them and then mark the things and then write a text about it. So this is my change request I wrote, where I stated again that I need all the 4 models separate and which parts I don't need. The first mini we're talking about is Dixie Kong, and I pointed out a couple of things that are wrong in my opinion. And I like to put the original artwork beside the sculpt that the artist has made and compare them directly. And I always complement that with the text that I write. So he has the visuals and the text. So here's Kitty Kong. I found a couple of things that needs to be changed. And I also told him it is okay to cut Kitty off. I don't need that for the diorama I'm making. So let's send him the feedback and see what he changes. So I got the next message from Ayanyani with another miniature. I already see 4 files. That looks pretty good. Look at this. So he cut them all down. We have now the complete boat and the complete fish. He cut Kitty Kong too and changed everything I mentioned. It looks pretty great so far. I do think I don't like the hands that much. It looks like he's holding the banana, but I want him more to grab it or kind of trying to grab the banana. The hands are much bigger now. We have the earrings, the new nose and eyes. It looks pretty awesome. Still not satisfied with the hands, but everything else is perfect. Just need to change that. Let's write him a change request. So this is my second change request, and as you can see, it's much simpler. I just wanted to rotate the angle of the hand a little bit and then make him more grabby. Now I got a very fast and quick response from Ayanyani, and he managed to finish the model. Rotate him a little more. Oh wow, that looks great. He's actually grabbing now. And yeah, that's it. We are finished. We have our model. Jesus Christ, I can't wait to print this. I think I made the mistake of assuming that our artist would know the model and concept art of the Donkey Kong Country series, because to me it's very popular, but that wasn't the case. So I had to explain everything I wanted and how things looked with many images and text, so that's obviously my fault. The pure quality of the model I received is like 5 bananas. The communication between me and the artist is about 3 bananas. We had some mistakes and errors. That's okay though. Change requests were handled with great care, without hesitation, great quality, 5 bananas. And the price overall, it feels great to have that miniature, it feels like every penny was worth it, 5 bananas. So after 2 weeks without any message from Johannes Day, who makes Diddy and the Frog, he messaged me asking for an extended delivery date because his was running out, and he sent me a model. So let's have a look at it. That's just Diddy, simple body shape, looks okay so far. I wait till his next message. So the next day he updated me with a couple of pictures, so it seems like he started working on the miniature, and he sent me the first draft. So what do we have? Diddy and the Frog. That doesn't look too good. The cap just looks a little flat. Yeah, I don't like that. So overall it resembles the miniature I wanted, but to be honest it looks a little rushed and unfinished. So let's write a change request and put all the things together. So I made a change request like the last time with the Donkey Kong 3 diorama. Like I feel especially like the feet are not organic enough. It looks like simple shapes that were used but not like sculpted. If I didn't need to make a revision with that, it would be fine, it would be okay. But now I have to do a revision, and like if I don't find all the mistakes, I would be getting a shitty model. So we sent him that and then wait for his response. So we got a response on the same day. So on the right side we have the new model and on the left side is the old one. Obvious mistakes were like managed. It looks much better now. The cap looks better. I like the eyes of the frog. I still don't feel like his fins are alright. They are like a little better now, but still not great. So we write another change request immediately. So this is my second change request, and I needed to point out the same things again, which is not so great. It just doesn't look like the original artwork, which I sent him before. Let's send it to him and I think he will respond in the same day. So after a couple of hours, I just got a new response from him with a new model. So these are all the 3 models now. His feet are okay now, still not that great, but they are okay. And yeah, you can see the improvements. But to be honest, it was a lot of work. Like, it's still a great model in the end, but it wouldn't have been if I didn't point out obvious flaws. Still $50, so it doesn't matter anymore. Let's go and print that bad boy. So this job was a little more difficult. I absolutely didn't like to take my change request for an uncompleted and rushed model. So the model quality, 4 bananas, good model. Communication, I give it 2 bananas because I had to communicate way too much for reasons I don't agree with. The change request, I give 1 banana because there was way too many. I didn't like to point out obvious things that were wrong. It's like the same thing with the communication. And the price I would rate with 3 bananas because I had to put in much work and effort from my side. That was freaking quick. So we got a response from Julie the next day and I just ordered the figure yesterday, so it's pretty fast and I'm pretty excited what she's come up with. Right, getting the file. That's a big boy. Oh my, he's perfect. Exactly like the artwork. I don't have anything to complain. It's like the perfect example of a job. I just provide the pictures, she knows everything. She had 2 weeks, but she did it in 1 day and I don't even have to make a change request. So let's print it. Oh my, this was just the perfect experience. So model quality 5 bananas, communication with the artist 5 bananas, change request wasn't necessary, which is 5 bananas to me, and for the price 5 bananas. And now there's just a couple of things left to do. First of all, consider to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out any future content, like how I will actually paint these models that you can get via my Patreon and create some awesome dioramas. And if you like to paint these miniatures before I release the tutorials, check out my video about cell shading. That's it from my side. Thank you for watching. My name is Sergey. This is my mini quest. And now it's yours.